I told y'all I was coming back. This might be a long review. I hope not. I don't want it to be that long. All right. So I reviewed Fatima, y'all. Season 2, episode 1, Counting the Cost. Baby, this a doozy. And I only did the first episode. I didn't even do the second one. So Zach and Fatima, they have their cute little Zach and Fatima moment, exchanging pleasantries. She asked him how he was feeling. He said he didn't know, and Fatima tells him that that is okay. You know, yes, when you lose a parent, sometimes you do not know how you feel. I know what that's like because I lost both of my parents. But again, this ain't about me. um, uh, she says that it's a lot and that his mom just passed away. But she did suggest that he call Dr. Reed because Dr. Reed can help him more than she can. So that was cute. You know, I get it. Zach says he don't know how to plan a funeral. Fatima says, I'll help you. Um, then he tells her, oh yeah, your family do know how to plan funerals. Y'all know because that's Madam Cousin. And if y'all ain't watch what is it, the All Queens Men, you know, just go watch it. But we love Madam. So y'all, um, they decide they're gonna live and rise together, yada yada yada. Um, but then he said rising is what got her pregnant. I was like, oh Lord. Then he tell her that she gotta cover up the girls because she a mom now. So now he going around acting like he Kiki Palmer's baby daddy. Okay, whatever, Zachary, whatever. Um, he tells her that he's gonna go. She asks him what he gonna do. He said he was gonna go into the office to see Bryce and I guess Gary, but we know Gary ain't gonna be at the office. Um, and so um, y'all know Bryce tried to kiss him last season and then stole his money. I mean, I'm sorry, he didn't steal it. He took the money, same thing, without asking to invest in a property. And I would have been mad too. So whatever. They talk about the money that he told Fatima that his account was still in red. And so she was like, well, I can wire you some money. And he was like, oh no, I got this. If my account go down in Burgundy, then that's when I'ma call you. And so, girl, you ain't always gotta be Captain Save 'em, but I get it. I get it, so you know. Anyway, um Oh, okay. So then they talk about how he can't believe they having a little girl, and I mean, I'm sorry, a little Zach. And she said, "Well, how do you know it's not a girl?" And he said, "Well, maybe we can name her Zatima." And Fatima was like, mm. So then he said, "Maybe we can name her Zakisha." And I was like, "No, sir, no, Pam, no circuit. Please get out of our face with this one." Um, so I'm just gonna say this, Zach, stop trying to name your children. Just stop. Cause what ain't this baby number 3? Yeah, stop. Just stop. We like Michael. We gonna give him a regular name like Michael have. As a matter of fact, where is Michael? Michael should be somewhere in this scene and in this here. But whatever. Tyler, whatever. We gonna go with whatever you got. Um, so they had their little last cute moment where he was like, I'm gonna walk you downstairs, and she was like, no, you might want to go to the bathroom and brush some teeth. And he was like, my breast stinks, sir. You just woke up. You got morning break. Go brush your teeth. Whatever. So y'all, Preston is back. Lord. Preston is so fine. Preston is fine. So of course, he outside and he see Deja, and y'all know how Deja get. Deja want to flirt with your man, his man, her man, Mama Sookie man, and everybody else man, baby. Just, girl, whatever. And so, he just was like, well, they introduced themselves to each other. And, she was just all that casual flirting. And he was like, well, why don't you go knock on the door? He said, well, I'm going to wait. Sir, why are you going over there if you going to wait? I'm not going to nobody's house just to sit outside and wait. Go knock on the door, please. Y'all know these Tyler Perry shows just get on my nerves. So Fatima comes outside just in time. And of course, she told her and Deja get into that back and forth banter. She tell Deja go inside. Deja go inside. And she finally got a chance to meet Preston. So she was like, oh, you're Danny's Preston. And he was like, not anymore. But y'all, he gonna be Keywan's Preston. So, we gonna call each other Key Preston. Come on. Just but, as we know, Preston is a good man, Savannah. Preston is a good man. So Fatima asked if Deja gave out her number. He said no. She said burn it before she burned you. We all know what that means. So he tells Fatima that he heard about Zach's mom. And he wanted to go and see Zach. She asked, how did he hear about it? No. Yeah, I'm sorry. He actually told Fatima that he heard about Zach's mom. And so Fatima was like, okay, come on in the house. So Zach comes down, she tell him Preston's here. He come downstairs. They exchange pleasantries. And Preston was like, well, I heard about your mom. And immediately, in true Zach fashion, he was like, how'd you hear about my mom? Well, Danny posted it on social media. So I guess her and Preston still friends on social media. You right, because y'all, that's how she saw where he got engaged to that girl. So I guess, but of course, Zach is an a-hole. Zach is condescending. He really is. His mama really did a work, did him in. So then they start to talk about, he was like, I'm just trying to be there for you. He was like, the last person who tried to be there for me tried to kiss me. And so Preston was like, well, that's a cock-a-doodle-doo. And he was like, what's a cock-a-doodle-doo? And he was like, somebody who's trying to, somebody who trying to get with other men. I said, okay. But then, y'all, right after this moment, they show Zach and Preston. And when I tell you, DeVal and Preston, I don't know his real name, but they are some beautiful men. Like, Tyler Perry be having the best looking men in his stuff, in his movies, in his plays, in his TV shows. I be like, Tyler, you know how to pick them, but and that's all. So they said that they was gonna go to the office. That was a whole back and forth with Tyler Perry, back and forth. So Zach says, we're gonna collectively relocate to the office. I ain't never heard that before, but I'm gonna start telling people that. So, y'all, we get to the projects and we be at Connie house with Tony. And I only know Tony because I like Tony. But that other one, that little snaky I can't stand him. I forgot his name. And at this point, it don't even matter. I just don't like him, y'all. So Connie tells him that that his mom made her the executor of her insurance policy. So if something happens to her, she can split the money in half between Zach and a crackhead Jeremiah. Well, of course, the insurance policy, we'll talk about the amount later. But Tony suggests, because he's more sound than that other one. Again, I can't stand him. But suggests that she talks to Fatima. And so she was cool with it. He was so the conniving one was like, well, I don't think so. She not family and blah blah blah. And this will be a good y'all. I don't like this dude. He be hating. Like we still in the whole season. You don't apologize to the lady and you still hating. I can't. So we get to the next scene where Angela and Fatima they meet up in a parking lot at work. And Angela asks, how is Zach doing? And she was like, he's sleeping. Um, but okay to be expected. Fatima then asked Angela if Bryce asked his dad for the money. She said, I don't know. That ain't my man. Girl. So they walk up in the office. Connie sitting in the office waiting. So to talk to her about the insurance policy. So it was just a back and forth, kind of what you doing here in Fatima fashion. She, whatever. And so Connie, they both walked to. So, Connie was at the office, um, waiting on Fatima to come in. And y'all, when they walked to the office, I'm looking at the way Connie was walking, and I'm like, "Ma'am, why you gotta walk like that? Like, it's not even necessary." But whatever. Um, so they get in the office. She tried to have small talk, long talk with Fatima, but Fatima just straight face, no cut, no chaser, no nothing. Let's just get to the point. So Connie says, Zach, do not look at her or never looked at Connie the way he looks at Fatima. And in true Fatima fashion, she gets overprotective. Well, I am what's best for him, ma'am. Girl, whatever. I like Fatima sometimes, but she did get on my nerves. Um, so they find out that the policy is worth $25,000. And Connie wants to sign it over to Fatima because she don't want no parts of it. She don't want no parts of it. And I understand that because that crackhead is crazy. Um, she told Connie that after the planning of funeral, it may not be any money left. Um, so Connie asked Fatima, so what? The funeral gonna cost $1,500? Girl, what? Not unless you gonna burn that lady with some fire and just put her at. Girl, no. A funeral now costs about 20,000 and up. So you gotta have an insurance policy. So we don't even know if they're gonna have any money left over, but Jeremiah ain't gonna want to hear that. You know. Um so after they do all of that, she says she gonna talk to Zach and they'll go from there. And then Connie left. And then here come Angela being nosy as usual. Girl, what happened? Fatima was like, Mom, I gotta get my coffee. What was it about Zach? Ma'am, if you don't stop asking questions and wait till this lady get her coffee, don't you have something to do? So we get to the office with Zach and Preston, and Zach took Preston around and showing him the office. And then they get into his office, and then in come Bryce, looking like he wants somebody to feel sorry for him after you tried to kiss him and after you tried to after you took his money, sir. What you think it's gonna be? You think we just gonna be fa la lulu, just happy go lucky after you took my money? You stole my money. Baby Zach wanted to put them paws on him. So Zach was like, go check the status on my money. Go talk to your daddy, sir. Go talk to your daddy. Just go. So Preston was like, is that the one that tried to kiss you? Y'all, so we get to the point where Preston asks Zach if he needed to borrow some money. And in true fashion, Zach gets, he becomes again condescending and rude and judgmental instead of just taking it for what it is. You tripping. So y'all kind of called Fatima and told her that Jeremiah found out about the insurance policy and that she told him that Fatima and Zach is handling it. Girl, why would you do that? But I get it. You got kids, but you still don't put them in danger. That's insane to me. So, you know, Fatima hung up. She got mad. She was like, it's always something. I would like to point out that since you've been with Zach, it has always been something. We're not going to go through that, but I'm just going to say. So here come Goofy Bryce walked in and said his dad is working on it and said his dad thought that he can help, but then he apologized. Sir, what? So Bryce trying to explain that the deal was good and Zach wasn't trying to hear that. Like he can't pay for his mom's funeral. Like, you're not understanding. And so Zach gets upset as hey, I get it. He gets upset. Um, and so Bryce apologizes. And he was like, what am I supposed to do with this apology? Like, I can't pay for the funeral. I can't pay my bills. I don't want to hear it. So Preston again asks Zach, how much do you need? Zach is so angry that he shoots Preston down. He gets mad at Bryce and tell him that they done. Um, he told Bryce that we can't rise from this. He said, um, nobody rises from this stuff but Jesus, and we don't have 3 days. And I was like, you better preach. You better preach the gospel. Because he rose in 3 days. Anyway, y'all, it was Preston's face for me. Hilarious. So Zach gets angry again, and he said, give me my blanket of blank money, Bryce. And all I could think of was, just give me my money. Yay. I gotta stay off of TikTok. So everybody was heated. Preston is calm and says Zach, he shouldn't say Jesus and the F word in the same sentence. That was funny to me. And so Zach said, I feel like I'm being clucked right now. And once again, it was Preston's facial expressions for me. It did. That whole scene was funny. Like, it was funny. So then we get into the last episode where here come crackhead Jeremiah looking for Fatima, talking about, I need to talk to you. And she was like, well, you can talk to me and Zach. And he was like, he ain't gonna talk to me like you talk to me. I was just like, here we go with the crackhead games. So he looking for money, sir. Oh, and then Fatima told him, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she told him he was hired, y'all. He was hired in the coup de Brown. And I don't even know what a coup de Brown is. But I hear people say it, and I'm going to say it. So he was hired. It just reminded me of Samuel L. Jackson in Jungle Fever when he was trying to get that money from his mama right before he got pop out. So um y'all, and so he grabbed Fatima and slung her, tried to grab the purse from her, whatever that was in her hand, grab it from her and slung her, and she fell on the ground. And I was like, oh Lord. Y'all, that was the end of that episode. I haven't watched part 2 yet, but we just hope baby Zach or Zatima or baby Zakisha the fetus is still alive and well and kicking it, because y'all know Zach crazy and y'all know what Zach gonna do to him. Y'all, my good nieces and nephews, we gonna find out once I review the second episode. I'm gonna try to come with y'all this weekend with it. I be working, y'all be tired. But I'm gonna come because I gotta put out all this content. So your girl got it. I'm gonna hit y'all with the second episode. But that was it. That was all. And y'all, I will see you in the next episode.